Hola everyone, my name is Patron. Welcome to my channel. Today we're covering how to make the most famous meatballs in the world. Swedish meatballs. Most of you have probably tried the Ikea version of the Swedish meatballs, but hey look, my homemade Swedish meatballs will hopefully beat those. The secret? Quality ground meat, aromatics, and a whole lot of love. But hey, let's start right away. For the Swedish meatballs or köttbullar, first you will need 1 onion. 1/2 finely chopped and the other half grated. Throw some butter in a pan and slowly cook the chopped onion until caramelized. Now let's prepare the foundation of our köttbullar. Pour in a bowl 75 ml of milk with 75 ml of cream. Pour in 50 ml of breadcrumbs, stir and let soak and swell for about 30 minutes. By now it should have thickened quite a bit and look like a paste. Now let's add the caramelized onion and the grated onion. Mix in gently. Add 1 tablespoon of mustard. I like to use Swedish mustard, but you can use Dijon or any mustard you like. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground spice clove. Now let's do some grated nutmeg, about 1/3 teaspoon. One teaspoon of freshly ground allspice. In Sweden we love allspice. Work that mortar. Now 2 teaspoons of Swedish syrup, but you could also use maple syrup, golden syrup or even honey. Now let's do some black pepper and salt to taste. Give it a quick stir, crack an egg and stir again. Finally the meat. Add 500 grams of 50-50% ratio of pork and beef. Mix the meat with the paste until it's completely incorporated, but try not to overwork it. And make sure it has enough salt and pepper. Moisten your hands with some water. Now form a meatball about this size, smaller than a golf ball. With this recipe, you will get around 40 meatballs. When you finish with your first tray, put them in the freezer in order to help them to keep their round shape. Pour some canola oil and some butter in a pan. Butter is mandatory. Place the meatballs, don't overpack your pan. You will need space to turn them around. Shake the pan carefully. They are very tender and can easily break. I like to turn mine with 2 spoons. Shake the pan now and then. Try not to burn them, but they should definitely have a nice char on the outside. We like them a little bit crispy. When ready, let them rest and drip all the excess butter. Clean the pan and pour new oil and new butter for your next batch. We serve the meatballs with a sweet pickled cucumber, mashed potato, cream sauce, and lingonberry. I will show you a quick pickled cucumber recipe. Slice 1 cucumber in very thin slices. Place them in a jar and add 1 teaspoon of mustard seed, black or yellow. Heat up 1 cup of rice vinegar and add 1 cup of sugar. And finally 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix everything until dissolved and pour it over the cucumber. It's ready. Now a quick recipe for the cream sauce. You will need 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of canola oil. Add 2 tablespoons of flour, stir into a roux, and add 180 milliliters of beef stock, 120 milliliters or half a cup of vegetable stock, 120 or half a cup of cream, and 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and a good pinch of salt. Keep on stirring, and if it gets too thick, add more stock. Add some mashed potato in a plate and pour some cream sauce. Place the juicy meatballs on top. Add some lingonberry jam or fresh lingon and our quick pickled cucumber. But now the moment of truth. Ikea meatballs versus our homemade meatballs. To your left, our homemade meatballs. To your right, the pretty round Ikea meatballs. Let's start by tasting the Ikea meatballs. They are quite bouncy compared to mine. The flavor? They are savory and tender. I actually like them. Now let's go for the homemade meatballs. Nice charred color on the outside, juicy, and definitely more sweet and spiced up than Ikea meatballs. I have to say that I'm quite happy with the result. So, did I win this challenge? I'd say I like my homemade version better, but I still think that Ikea meatballs are quite tasty. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Leave your comments below and I see you in my next